How you doing today? I'm gonna talk about God is sovereign over world leaders. Let me start by reading Proverbs 21, verse 1 or 2. It says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Like the rivers of water, he turns it wherever he wishes. Every way of man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weights the hearts." So right here, King Solomon, he was a king, right? And then God led him, First, he gave him the wisdom. King Solomon told God, give me the wisdom to rule over your people. And he did, And then God gave him riches, and gave him everything he wanted. You can read the book of Ecclesiastes right there. It will tell you right there what he had. Everything he had and didn't even satisfy him more than God did. But anyways, God uses world leaders for his glory, okay? We go back to Genesis, Joseph, I think Genesis 37 to 50. God, allowed his brothers to betray him, right? And then, after that, they threw him in a ditch. And then after that, got sold, to Egypt. And then after that, he was in Egypt for 13 years. He was 17 when he went to Egypt, and then he was there 13 years. And after that, God gave him dreams and everything for Pharaoh, to interpret the dreams of the things, the cupbearer and the bread maker, I think it was. And then later on, it was Pharaoh. He had the dreams of the cows and the wheat, right? And he had the wheat, and then he was telling him that famine was coming. And then God gave wisdom to Joseph. He used them in Pharaoh's life, and then he saved Egypt from famine. So God, is sovereign over everything. We read in Exodus about the Pharaoh, right? They were in Egypt, Israel in Egypt for 430 years. They were mistreated and everything. And then after that, God used Moses, right? And he raised up Moses, and then he did miracle signs and wonders. He judged Egypt, and then while all the plagues and everything, then was 10 plagues, and we could go on and on and on and on. Isaiah 45, we read right there about King Cyrus. God raised up King Cyrus so he could use them use him to rebuild Jerusalem, the temple in Jerusalem. He used them to build it. And then after that, Nebuchadnezzar. Used Nebuchadnezzar. He was the most wicked king, in ancient Babylon. Actually, if you said something bad, and he will cut you pieces, burn you up, you and your family, and your home, and you were gone. God used all those men for his glory. But people are saying today, what about Trump? What about the leaders? God knows what they're doing, okay? He's in control of everything. You have to worry about nothing. God is moving them where he wants them to go, like the river. God bless you.